Welcome to V-City and welcome to Barcelona. My name is Louise Demolo and I will be your guide today. We're going to be visiting places like the Roman ruins and the medieval city. And join me now as we head into the Gothic quarter. Welcome to Barcelona's Plaza de Cataluña, one of the most emblematic places in the city. This square is a meeting point and the link between the old part of the city and the Eixample. There are three different stages in which we can divide the process of formation of the city: the Roman Barcelona, Barcino, the medieval Barcelona, and the Ensanche. Barcino, which we'll talk about later, refers to the foundation by the Romans of what we now know as Barcelona. It was located in the middle of the Gothic quarter, as you can see. Plaza Cataluña was built at the beginning of the 20th century during the urban expansion of the city. But let me give you some context. After the fall of the Roman Empire, the city passed into Visigothic and Muslim hands, and finally Charlemagne Franks established the county of Barcelona, which gradually became the political centre of Catalonia. The city grew and overflowed the ancient walls, giving rise to medieval Barcelona. Thus, for defensive reasons and to improve control of the payment of taxes, James I the Conqueror, King of Aragon and Count of Barcelona, built a new wall in the 13th century, delimiting the city from what is now the Gothic Quarter, Sant Pere, and the Ciutadella Parks. In fact, it was along what is now Las Ramblas streets, which starts in this square and ends at that port, that the wall used to run. The medieval city was overwhelmed by population growth and health problems. For this reason, in 1854 the city walls were demolished, and a year later the urban plan for the expansion of the city was drawn up. The medieval town was overwhelmed by population growth and health problems. Therefore, in 1854, the city walls were demolished, and a year later, the urban development plan for the expansion of the city was drawn up. Can you appreciate the difference between medieval Barcelona and its expansion from the 19th century onwards? If you have travelled around the city outside the historic centre, you will have noticed the symmetry of its streets. This design is called the Ensanche and was devised by Ildefonso Cerdà. It is characterised by an orthogonal plan with streets parallel to the sea and some diagonal streets to facilitate traffic and to be able to cross the city in less time, as in the case of the diagonal street. This original plan did not take into account the construction of Plaza de Cataluña as the nerve centre of the city. However, the fact that it was right in front of the main gates of the medieval city made it an important place for congregation and the location of open-air markets. In the square, we can find some important monuments, such as the Monument do Francesc Macià, an important Catalan politician who fought for the autonomy of Catalonia and who is a reference of the independence movement. Plaza de Catalunya is also a meeting point for many parades, such as on 11th September, Catalonia Day, where thousands of people congregate to show their pride in Catalan culture, as well as to welcome the new year. Another curious anecdote about the square is its name. Although today it is known as Plaza de Catalunya, it was formerly called Plaza de les Cuatro Calles, because it was the crossroads of four important streets in the city. In fact, the original name can still be seen on some of the plaques in the square. Join me as we head into the historic city centre. Next stop is the iconic Rambla Street, which will also be very interesting for football and Barca fans. Let's go!